Good evening and welcome to Bridgewater-Raynham Regional High School as the BR Trojans host the Middleboro Sachems. I am John Luck with Zach Sylvia, and this is a very important game for both of these squads. You see at the bottom of your screen right now, Bridgewater-Raynham coming in here with a record of 1-2. And Zach, today was the day that we saw the first release of the football power ratings in Division 2 and Division 4, which both of these teams are in. BR is number 2 in Division 2. Meanwhile, Middleboro is number 15, but nonetheless, as we get set to go from September to October, every game means a little bit more.
Yes, indeed. Obviously, both teams going in with a loss here could really screw up their rankings for the playoffs. Middleboro coming off a win against Dennis Yarmouth. Bridgewater obviously coming off a heartbreaking loss last week to Marshfield on a game-losing field goal. So obviously look to bounce back today.
And when we talk about the Middleboro Sachems, we talked about one player in particular, and that is Wyatt Goyette. Goyette has just been a monster on the offensive side of the ball for the Sachems. Really the main reason they come in here with a 2-1 record.
Yes, indeed. Obviously, Wyatt Goyette. Last game against Dennis Yarmouth, 229 yards, 4 touchdowns. And against Dartmouth High, they lost that game, but he had 395 yards on 32 carries as well as 4 touchdowns. Goyette with 11 touchdowns through 3 games, so BR's got their work cut out for him.
Meanwhile, you see the BR Trojans coming out to the football field on a beautiful Friday evening. And when we talk about running backs for the BR Trojans, of course, top of mind has to be the junior running back, number 1, Braden Lewis. Lewis, a couple weeks ago, having over 100 rushing yards, had a couple touchdowns as well, and he was a true focal point on the offensive side of the ball for Ian Bain's Trojans. Of course, you heard Zach mention that BR fell to Marshfield 23-21 thanks to a field goal by Marshfield with about 4 minutes left to go. But Jack Lambert, while we talk about the rushing attack for Bridgewater-Raynham, Zach, Jack Lambert had 334 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Lambert, when he needs to throw the ball, he can throw the ball.
Lambert obviously getting a lot more comfortable now as the season progresses. And we saw this last year as well. Not starting off strong, but now a couple games in, this game 4 of the year. Very excited to see what he has in store.
And this is an interesting matchup based on some of the faces on both sides of the field here. We'll talk about that as the game goes on here. But, Zach, we talked a little before the broadcast. You are a former football player. You actually played some games as a visitor here at the regional. As we get set to go from September to October, is there something in a player's mind that starts to click? Well, the ratings came out. We're starting to see where we may be in the playoff ratings. Does that start to come into mind as we get set to go into October, or is it simply next play, next play?
One thing that I was always taught by my coaches, especially I played at Dartmouth High School for a little while. Coach Rick White, obviously, he instilled in us it's the next play, it's the next game. We can't focus on the future because then we get too far ahead of ourselves. If these guys want to make it to the playoffs, they got to focus on that next play, that next down, that next inch they need to get.
These two teams very familiar with playing each other. They played 3 times dating back to 2021. BR 2-1 in those matchups. One last season, 42-20, and one back in 2022, 36-14. Middleboro got their win back in 2021, winning that one 22-6. Of course, these two teams in different divisions, but we'll talk about it throughout the night as well, these football power rankings, because it's a truly convoluted way to figure out the top 16 teams in each division. But BR, as I mentioned, they are number 2 in Division 2 entering tonight. That's based on the fact that the teams they faced have also faced relatively good teams as well.
Especially for BR, this is absolutely a must-win. You cannot go into the next upcoming games 1-3, meaning that you would have to win the next 3 out of your 4 games to even have a chance at making the playoffs.
Yeah, a couple of those games are going to be Division 1 opponents, Attleboro and New Bedford. And they'll also play Dartmouth, who I believe is Division 3. As you see the coin toss at midfield right now. Another picture-perfect evening. This is the final game of a 3-game homestand for the BR Trojans, and they've had beautiful weather each night. As it will be Middleboro receiving the opening kickoff. So from a coaching standpoint here, when we look at the just insane football numbers of Wyatt Goyette, how do you stop him defensively? Is it as simple as maybe throwing an Adrian Peebles on him, almost as a spy back role?
Obviously, you have to look at Goyette throughout the entire of the game. Almost 1,000 yards on the season. Only in Game 4, you got to come at him in that front seven. Those linebackers and that defensive front, they need to get him in the backfield early. Because once he gets to that second level, he has that breakaway speed that you don't see too often in high school. He can make a lot of plays out of nothing.
Those first down carries, I'd imagine, are huge, not just for for Middleboro, but also for Bridgewater-Raynham with a player like Braden Lewis, who got small gains, be it 3 or 4 yards, but those can certainly help on first down. We will step aside for a moment here as we get set for the playing of our national anthem, courtesy of the Bridgewater-Raynham Marching Band.
Thank you. Let's do a round of applause. Bridgewater-Raynham Marching Band.
The BR Trojans fans continuing to file in here at the regional. A relatively early kickoff, 6 p.m. here on a Friday night, and we have warm temperatures, a little bit humid out depending on what your threshold is for humid. And as a player, how much does that maybe affect you as you get set to take the field here with those heavy pads? Do you have to continue to stay hydrated in a situation like this?
Obviously, with the humidity, you definitely want to stay hydrated throughout the entire game. But weather like this is what you ask for. This is what you look for every game. This is beautiful weather. These players will be ready.
So again, Middleboro will receive the opening kickoff. For Bridgewater-Raynham, you heard Zach mention it. If they lose tonight, they would have to win 3 of the next 4 to have a shot at having a high seed or a higher seed in the Division II football playoffs. A lot to figure out here over the next month or so, but all the Trojans and Sachems can control is the next 48 minutes. As number 4, Jacob Nichols, set to receive the kick, hanging out at his own 5-yard line in the sunlight. Jillian Allen will kick it off. And we are underway here at the regional, as that's going to go into the hands of number 32, Jeremy Nee. And Nee will work his way to the 30-yard line. And that is where we'll see the starting quarterback for the Sachems, Colton Ward, lead his offense out to the field. As we mentioned a lot, this is going to be a lot of running, I'd imagine, but you also have a quarterback in Colton Ward. He comes in here as a senior quarterback, so obviously he can throw the ball. And Goyette, we'll talk about as well. He's been a quarterback. He is a running back. He's also been a wide receiver. So Middleboro starting out from their own 31-yard line. Number 3, Johnny O'Brien on the near side. 3-receiver set for the Sachems. Hard count. That pass is complete to the near side across the 30 up to around the 35-yard line to number 4, Jacob Nichols.
It's a great pass play on the outside. It was Pretty decent blocking outside for O'Brien. Obviously didn't get full piece of his pads there, but a nice solid 5-yard gain to start out.
So the 2nd and 5 off that first play of the drive. Number 22 for the Sachems, Justin Whittemore, lining up. Ward again with that hard count. Handoff to Goyette, who will go straight through the middle and have enough for the first down. About an 8-yard gain for the very talented running back.
That was a great hole opened up by the offensive line. Goyette not needing to do much there, just able to find the hole one step, and he's able to burst for enough of the first down.
And is there a mindset sense here to try and control Goyette on the first couple drives? Control him to under 10 yards a carry, as that one was about 8.
If you're BR, you obviously have to come in with a little more blitz-heavy packages. As I said, that front 7 has got to be vital. If he gets that second level, that's where they're most dangerous.
Handoff to Goyette, who goes to the far side. He'll get wrapped up and taken down at the far side of the line. Looks like Peebles may have been on the stop. And Sylvia may have helped out as well. So a loss of 1 for Goyette on the carry.
For BR, that's a very good sign. Your defense obviously getting the hole there. Peebles, a Middleboro transfer, a former player. He knows these guys very well. So being able to play against him gives him a little extra juice today.
See Peebles lining up on the near side of the line as Middleboro has a 2nd and 11 upcoming. Just over 2 minutes into the opening quarter here at the regional, as that one goes off the hands of number 8, DJ Alexander.
Alexander had that for a second in his hands, but it looked like he looked upfield before he even caught the pass. Peebles was a little behind in coverage, so catching a break there.
So 3rd and 11, we saw Patrick Kingman telling the play to his quarterback, Colton Ward. And obviously on a 3rd and 11, you would think a passing play, but with a running back like Goyette, you could also use him in a screen pass role. 3rd and long. Ward gets rushed. That is going to be complete to Goyette across midfield. And Goyette bullies his way into BR territory to the 44-yard line.
This is a great play design here from Middleboro. BR coming in heavy with the rush. They're blitz heavy. Goyette able to catch the ball, and the line does a nice job getting out in front for a nice 13-yard gain in the first down.
That almost looked like what we saw against Mansfield at the opening game of the season, where the blitz ended up burning BR and the quarterback quickly threw the ball to his running back to pick up the first down. Approaching the 9-minute mark, Goyette again with a carry. He'll get a couple here up to around the 39.
BR's got to be able to keep Goyette to these 2-3 yard gains. They cannot allow him to get in space. It's a good job. And we've seen BR a couple of times already, a majority of the time in a blitz-heavy package, obviously looking to stop that run.
It almost feels like it's a sense of, if you're going to beat us, it's going to be with passing the ball and having Colton Ward be the guy that facilitates the Sachems beating the Trojans. A 2nd and 7 for Middleboro on their opening drive. Ward got rushed, completes that one for the first down across the 30 to the 27, as that is completed to Nichols.
That play at first looked dead in the water. Is an unbelievable placement and a great catch there from Nichols. And that's another Middleboro first down, able to march down the field in their first drive right now.
Again, it looked like BR was sending added pressure. Are we getting to the point here where BR may have to lay off the pressure and play a little more honestly on defense? As that one goes over everyone's head, and just falling on it to save possession is Goyette.
It's a bad snap there. Goyette does a nice job. It looked like he had a bit of space, but makes the right play there, just falls right on it.
And now Middleboro is facing second and a country mile here. And a pretty lengthy drive, 4.5 minutes now.
It's going to be second down, second and 31.
Second and 31 as the scoreboard beats Zach. I do the same thing.
Just trying to count.
So second and long, pitch over to Goyette, trying to get some of that yardage back up to the 39. So about a 4-yard pickup for the senior running back.
They are doing a nice job here, able to keep Goyette in space, able to rally towards the ball. You're forcing Middleboro now into a passing situation.
On this drive, we have seen Ward complete a 16-yard pass and a 12-yard pass. Right now, Middleboro facing a 3rd and 16 from the BR 39-yard line. Ward fakes the handoff, getting the pressure as that is tipped up and intercepted by number 41 of the BR Trojans, but coming up big on the opening defensive stand.
And this all comes from the pressure. It's a rollout pass here. BR does a nice job to penetrate the front line. And that's great concentration there to be able to get right underneath the pass and get the interception.
So a play that lasted nearly just over 5.5 minutes, ending in an interception. A quick pitch to Lewis, who lowers his shoulder across the 45 to the 44. So a 4-yard gain.
Slow pitch out play here, trying to get receivers to set the edge. Johnny O'Brien does a nice job coming up in space, able to make the open field tackle.
The Yars kept things very close this season in their losses. Of course, the last-second field goal in the opening game of the season, losing 23-21 last week to Marshfield, as that is complete to Dylan Reed, trying to get his way around traffic to the 36-yard line. So a new set down for the BR Trojans on their opening offensive drive.
Lambert looking a lot more comfortable in the pocket. Reed able to make a nice play, make a couple players miss. And if the BR needs to win this game, they need to take advantage of this passing game. One thing I've noticed so far, they have a major height advantage at the receiver. Need to take advantage of that.
So a new set of downs. Jamison Derica lining up on the far side. Caden Blake, number 0, on the near side. As Peebles will join Lambert in the backfield, gets the handoff on first down. Through the middle, gets wrapped up and will eventually be taken down by number 50 for the Sachems. That is Robert Mosley.
Peebles coming in motion, takes the handoff, little power inside. Couple of Sachems right there. But BR doing a nice job. Those 3 or 4 yard plays, it will add up.
A couple weeks ago, I think that's all we really saw from Braden Lewis. He was approaching 20 carries, and every carry was about 4 yards. On second down, Lambert completes it to Reed on the near side. Numbers takes down his defender as Dylan Reed fights his way inside the red zone, inside the 15 to the 10.
Reed does a nice job on this play, drops the shoulder on Jeremy Nee, who gets ran over. Just a little quick out route. Tackle is high, so Reed's able to break that, go all the way to the 10. A big play there for BR.
Typically with BR, it's been about those small gains, but Bridgewater-Raynham coming to play here early on as Lewis gets into the end zone for the score.
It's a great play there. Just able to find the hole, finds a crease, leaps over the safety, right over Goyette, right into the end zone. We saw that the last time we came here. And into the end zone once again. It's Braden Lewis.
Bridgewater-Raynham running backs have been synonymous with yards after contact. As Jillian Allen comes on, the snap was bobbled, so the kick will be no good, but nonetheless a 6-0 advantage for the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans, as that may have been tipped.
I believe it was Middleboro calling for a tip there. Obviously not what you want to give up, going down 6-0 after a 5-minute drive. Middleboro obviously looking to bounce back. And see here, able to get right through the line there. Ronan Pine able to find the hole there and block the kick. Those points, they can come in, especially if it's a close game. Need to capitalize.
But how about the fact Bridgewater-Raynham just moved that ball down the field very quickly. A drive that lasted under 3 minutes, coming off of an interception where Middleboro was driving the ball down the field pretty good. As Allen will throw that one to Nichols. And Nichols trying to find the open lane, slides across the 30 to the 31-yard line.
Great run back there from Nichols. Catches it off of one hop. He also has that quick burst of energy, goes right up the middle. Starting right around the same field position they started out last time.
Last drive, the 31-yard line is what they started off from. Same exact thing. The Trojans defense almost looked like it was a bend but don't break scenario. Of course, they benefited from the high snap that came up to be a 2nd and 31 after. But now Colton Ward back out along with Goyette on his left. And Goyette got the carry, and Goyette meets the turf, courtesy of Nick Rotondo.
This is just a read option. Ward trying to read it. Rotondo sets the edge. Not the right read there from Ward. So another loss of yards. Ever since that first couple of plays, Middleboro's gone backwards.
Wyatt Goyette so far here this evening, 5 carries for 7 yards, including 2 negative carries. Now a 2nd and 16 as we approach the 3-minute mark here in the first quarter. And get a timeout called by Middleboro.
Timeout Middleboro.
As Patrick Kingman, it almost feels like Middleboro starting to play with fire a little bit here. At the very least, you don't want to give BR that relatively good field position if you continue to get backed up and that defense continues to bring the pressure.
Especially since these last couple of plays for Middleboro have been negative plays. Obviously, you had the 21-yard loss on the bad snap. Now you have this one on a misread on the read option. Kingman just Patrick Kingman, I should say, trying to find some sort of offense, what he was seeing early here in the first.
And part of Kingman's coaching staff includes Ray Wilcox, who spent a few years here at the regional. Now moving down Route 18 to Middleboro. A 2nd and 16 for the Sachems. Handoff to Goyette, sidestepping a defender. Gets back that yardage he lost to the 36. So an 11-yard gain for Wyatt Goyette.
These are the type of plays BR has to look out for. This is just a simple run play right up the middle. The line doing a nice job, and he breaks about 3 tackles right there from some BR defenders. Now you have a 3rd and manageable.
And this truly opens up that playbook. As I mentioned, Goyette is a wide receiver. He caught a screen pass earlier, but he can also run the ball very easily for 5 yards.
What they consider a gadget player.
Handoff, Goyette tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Now bring out the punting unit for the Sachems.
Look to be number 57, Cody Baker, with the trip up right there. And what we've seen so far is BR is not shying away from that blitz. They've been burned a couple of times, but so far it's been proving effective.
Awkward snap, actually took a bounce on the turf, but a pretty strong kick as Cam Knutson backs away from it. And as I mentioned, a strong kick that'll go to BR's 6-yard line.
Deep punt down by number 28. It'll be 1st and 10 for the
That's about a 56-yard kick if my BR math hasn't failed me.
Just an impressive make something out of nothing type play. Another low snap. The second bad snap we've seen today. Especially in high school, that's a great placement kick.
I wonder if Knutson just saw 4 or 5 Sachems coming at him and figured to be safer to just back away and hope the offense can make it work. As we get a timeout by Middleboro, one of their players late to get off the field, and that is one of those situations there where the coach is going to absolutely rip into the team, be it at halftime or next week during practice.
Not something you need to waste timeout on. You should be ready. You should be prepared. And yeah, I get it. This is high school. You're going to have some lapses. Mistakes are going to happen. It happens in every level. But still inexcusable to have now down to 1 timeout with only 1:30 left in the first.
For Bridgewater-Raynham, how important is this offensive drive? You scored on the last timeout after you converted on what the defense gave you, but now you're back at your own 6-yard line. How important would it be for Bridgewater-Raynham to get the ball down the field into the end zone once again?
This is very important. You obviously want to put the team that you're going against in a bigger hole than they already are. And to go against this Middleboro offense, they definitely need to do that.
Hand off to Lewis on first down. Braden Lewis charging through the 20 to the 21-yard line. 15-yard gain for the junior running back.
This is a great job by Lewis and a great push off by the offensive line. They're doing a nice job to create a hole. And that's the name of the game so far. These offensive lines have been pretty good for both teams.
Number 67 for the Trojans, Aaron Lewis-Jean, was limping a little bit after the play, and it looks like he's laboring right now on the far side of the line, so maybe something to keep an eye on here as we continue on in this drive. Taking the handoff to Lewis, completing the pass. That is complete to number 2, Finn Kelly.
This play just a play action pass right here. Fake it to Lewis. He ran it a couple times. Able to find Kelly right down the seam. Middleboro not ready once again. They've given up a couple of long passes here early.
Amber 3 of 3 for 47 yards early on. Inside the final minute of the first quarter. BR up 6-0, looking to add on. That goes off the hands of Dylan Reed. Maybe that's where that announcer's jinx comes into play after that 3 for 3 call.
Reed very lucky on this play that wasn't going backwards. That could have been detrimental to this BR drive.
Number 19 for the Trojans, Logan Tripp, lining up on the near side. Blake on the far side along with Dylan Reed, but it's Lewis getting the carry and plows his way to the 42-yard line, so a 5-yard gain.
Lewis just has his ability to be very patient in the hole and able to find a crease, and it was a good tackle there. Number 57, Kelvin Gomes, a sophomore linebacker, able to make a tackle there.
And that should be the final play of this first quarter for the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans. An impressive first quarter that had an interception that was capped off by a Braden Lewis 10-yard run. And we end the first quarter with Bridgewater-Raynham on top, 6-0. Well, typically on this evening, we'd say that Bridgewater-Raynham has Red Nation behind them, but tonight, a special night, it is Gold Nation to pay tribute to September being Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And actually, the cheerleaders on the sideline raised $300 for the cause, and they'll be donating that to St. Jude. So great to see all the students coming out in their gold with the gold ribbon, the gold t-shirts, and coming out to support the cause here on a Friday night.
This is especially the one thing about high school football I love to see, showing support for these causes. It's great to see, especially these people, so young, trying to make an impact.
Of course, you would go ahead and think to yourself, what donation is too small? No donation is too small, so anything will certainly help. As we get set for the second quarter and a 3rd and 5 upcoming for Bridgewater-Raynham. 4 receivers set. Lambert had all the time to complete the pass to Reed, who gets across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Lambert does a nice job trying to find the out route here, realizes that needs in zone coverage, trying to play that, keep that space, but finds Reed on the out route.
I almost wonder if Middleboro is just trying to take Caden Blake out of the game and making it so if Middleboro has trouble, it's getting the ball completed to Dylan Reed now. As that is complete once again to number 4, who spins his way to the 45 for a 3-yard gain.
BR trying to work that screen game once again. Ronan Pine does a nice job blowing up the play initially, stopping the momentum, allowing his teammates to come in and make a play.
He's going to check out for the moment. As Logan Tripp will come back in, joined by Finn Kelly on the right side of the offense. Handoff goes to Lewis, who goes to the far side across the 40. Lewis turning on the afterburners, but stepped on the sideline at the 34-yard line.
Lewis upset with himself there, wanted more of that play, sets the edge, no blocking outside. Yeah, that foot goes right out around 36.
So there was actually a penalty on the play. So that'll negate anything Lewis was planning on that one. Now instead of a 2nd and 5 that turned into a 1st down, now it's going to be a 2nd and 12.
It's not really the type of play you want to see, especially after a nice gain there.
Just about the only negative for Bridgewater-Raynham in this first half. Peebles getting the carry this time, gets into Middleboro territory up to the 46 for the 4-yard gain.
We've seen this play before, initially blowing up the play. It looked to be number 58, Ethan Henry, on the stop right there. So a 3rd and long here. Middleboro needs to stop here if they want to get off the field.
Reed and Blake on the far side, Tripp and Kelly on the near side on this 3rd and 8. As we approach 2 minutes into this second quarter, that is complete to Dylan Reed, who gets lit up by number 32, Jeremy Nee.
Nee getting a little redemption on that play after getting run over in the first quarter by Reed. Blows him up right there. A great tackle, forcing BR to punt.
So a drive that gets stalled out by a holding penalty. Will end with Finn Kelly to kick away to number 13. That is, of course, Wyatt Goyette. A booming kick. That will go inside the 5, inside the 2, just over the goal line. How about that kick by Finn Kelly?
That is unbelievable placement. And once again, especially for this level, you don't really see that too often. Right on like the half-inch line right there. Goyette kind of questioning whether he should have picked that up or not.
You can almost say the same thing for Knutson on that kick at that end of the field as well.
Look for Middleboro to run the ball here, just trying to get out of their end zone.
So special teams did all they could to help out Bridgewater-Raynham. Sylvie was about to come in for the blitz. Goyette fighting to get out of his end zone. Will get about a yard, if that, on the carry.
Goyette looks to get about 2 right there on that play. But even that 2 right now, just enough to get out of the end zone. Give yourself a little bit of space to work your offense. With around 8:45 here to go, having to go 98 yards to tie this thing up or take the lead.
And Middleboro opened the game with about a 5.5-minute drive that, of course, ended in an interception, but they can play the clock control game. And they have one timeout left, Zach. So, I mean, you can't exactly go ahead and play the timeout situation. So a 2nd and 9 from Middleboro's 2-yard line. Goyette will again get the carry, trying to break free into that second level of the Trojans defense. That's going to be close as he got across the 10-yard line. They needed 9. He may have got just enough, and
that is enough for a first down. Wyatt Goyette with a nice carry there. A little bit scary of a tackle as his leg looked like it got caught underneath. Good to see that he's okay. But another great run there from Goyette.
Consensus says first down. 1st and 10 from the 11.
As time continues to tick away here in the first half, now down to 7:45 to go. With Middleboro fighting back from a drive that started on the 1-inch line. Handoff once again goes to Goyette, and he'll be met by a number of Trojans defenders for about a 3-yard pickup. But this is Middleboro's game here, I'd imagine. Hand the ball up to Goyette, something good is going to happen, most likely.
Middleboro is a very run-heavy team, whether it be with their running back or their quarterback. That run game, once they can get that established, can open up that short pass game, which they are very effective at.
Pat Kingman saying about Goyette, he can do everything. Everything is natural to him. He's just one of those kids. He's been a wide receiver, a quarterback on this team, and now a star running back who's been quiet so far in this half. That quick pass is completed to the near side and will eventually be taken down. That is number 4, Jacob Nichols, with a reception.
Nichols does a nice job working back towards the inside of the field. The corner not ready for him to go back inside. Picks up a nice 4 yards right there.
That was Colton Ward's first completed pass since he threw an interception on the opening drive.
I would call that completed.
It was complete to the other team, that's all. A 3rd and 2 coming up here for the Sachems. Inside of 6 minutes to go. Goyette was the man with the carry, but he's the man that also got set back about a yard or so.
Trojans do a nice job here crowding that line. And we've said it before, that front 7 needs to find that gap, needs to find a hole there. Able to stop Goyette for no yards.
So the Sachems will kick it away, and Zach, you spotted it before that play. Aaron Lewis Jean, number 67 for the BR Trojans, was getting looked at on the sidelines by Pete Smith I don't see him on the sidelines right now, so potentially a good sight for the Trojans. As again, a botched snap, but a fairly good kick for high school standards up to the 48-yard line of Middleboro.
He looks to be back on the field. It's a couple times. This one, instead of it being high, that one was just low. Catches it between his shins. Great timing to get the punt off.
If those are kicks where he's kind of under pressure and trying to make up for something that shouldn't have happened, imagine if it was a clean snap, how deep that kick may have gone. But again, the Trojans looking to benefit from that.
We saw that before, even with the botch snap. He got into the 6-yard line.
Referee's moving the ball slightly back, so it's on the other side of the 49-yard hash. But nonetheless, Bridgewater-Raynham starting out on Middleboro's side of the field. And again, they stick with Lewis, who bounces off a defender, going across the first down marker.
Number 1, Lewis breaking.
Braden Lewis continuing to take off.
Like it's enough for a PR.
And this is what we expect to see from Lewis. These big carries, able to bounce off a couple of guys. Looking to find that hole. Obviously doesn't want to get that 3 to 4 yards that he normally does. Looking to get a bit more, and he has been all game.
Should be worth noting here as we go inside of 5 minutes to go in the first half. Bridgewater-Raynham will get the ball first to open the second half. Again, Lewis with the carry, going to go to the 46, but we do have a flag, so that may be set back once again.
This is what it looks like. It will be going against BR. And one thing, you can't have that. You've had 2 really good runs so far in this game. Now you're getting brought back with a holding call. This is what happens. You get the holding calls, team moves backwards, and you lose momentum.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Think about it. Braden Lewis took off for a 10-yard carry on that last drive. That was brought back because of a holding call. That was 5 yards, yes, but, 7 yards, but at the end of the day, the Trojans didn't go anywhere on the next play and had to punch it away. So the second penalty of the game going on to BR Trojans. Lambert going to have to throw here. He does, and that is complete. Threading the needle to Finn Kelly across the 25 to the 21. A late flag comes in. So for the moment, it's a 27-yard reception.
There's a great pass there. It's a single high safety. Able to find Kelly right down the middle. It's a sideline warning on Middleboro. Looks like the coach got maybe a little too close there.
Maybe the first time I've seen the flag come out for the sideline warning. But nonetheless, BR gets that 27-yard play. Lambert to Kelly. The second completed pass for Jack Lambert tonight that goes about 20 yards. 3 receivers to Lambert's right. He has Peebles on his left, and Peebles will get the pitch as he shoulders his way to the 17 for about a 4-yard gain.
It's a very hard-earned 4 yards. Peebles, obviously looking a little bit. This is a little bit of a revenge game for him. This is his former school, a little bit of extra juice. Wants probably getting in that end zone.
I imagine Peebles playing against a number of these various linemen here for Middleboro, so it almost takes him back to the practices, but also a situation of, you know what, I'm going to prove that I'm on the winning team. So off of the third 4-yard carry for Adrian Peebles, now a 2nd and 6. Hand off to Lewis, and Lewis will get taken down by Goyette, who went right for the running back's ankles. Right by the line of scrimmage as well.
It's a great job by Goyette. Sheds the block from Peebles, makes a nice low tackle. Coming up excited. That was a phenomenal play, setting the edge.
Goyette truly doing it all here tonight. As we approach 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter, BR up 6-0. Reed joins his quarterback in the backfield. Lambert to Reed for a touchdown. Dylan Reed having himself a first half here at the regional.
And that was a great drawn-out play there. Just a wheel route as Reed joining Lambert in the backfield. Just goes towards the numbers, up the sideline. Knee late in coverage. And he doesn't get there in time. And BR now up by 2 scores right before half.
With 2:03 to go, Bridgewater-Raynham PAT pending here. They had themselves a fairly significant lead. As Jillian Allen comes on for the PAT. Smooth operation that time to make it a 13-0 lead for the home squad. In a game that we talked about at Bridgewater-Raynham truly needed to win, and we're seeing that here in the first half, really in all 3 phases of the game.
You have to have that sense of urgency coming to this game. These coaches most likely implemented into the facts like, hey, it's going to get a lot harder from here if we lose. We need to win this game. We need to win this game definitively.
There was an interesting quote from Jack Lambert following the Plymouth South game that I'll talk about probably in the second half here, but he truly seems like that mature senior quarterback that a lot of people expected him to really grow into from his junior to his senior year. Really that voice of reason that keeps everyone calm and composed on the sideline. As he's sitting there with coaches and players smiling on the bench, and his team currently up by 2 scores. End over end, as that'll go into the hands of number 32, Jeremy Nee, and Nee slipping out a couple of defenders. He'll get his way to the 26-yard line. Middleboro right now, Zach, has 1 timeout to play with, so the clock is going to be very important to watch here for Patrick Kingman and his Sachems.
We'll most likely see, going into this half, a lot of plays towards the sideline. We probably will not see a good amount of runs as we normally do with Middleboro. They're going to work that sideline. And you said it, 1 timeout left for Middleboro. We'll see what they can do here.
Of course, in high school football, the clock will stop so the chains can move. So a momentary pause, but nonetheless, Middleboro are going to have to be on the move here as they look to get a score on the board before the half. 3 receivers from the near side, including Johnny O'Brien for the Sachems. First play on this drive, a QB keep by Ward, who will be wrapped up and taken down. The ball came out, but he may have been down. That was poked away, I believe, by Drew Sylvia.
Ref calls him down there. And a perfectly executed re-option gets the end of bite on the running back, and his knee was indeed down before that ball came out. See on I don't know. It's tough to tell.
Of course, high school football doesn't have the replay capabilities that we have here at BTV with Al Lacerda at the controls. So new set of downs. Goyette going to get the carry. He'll get wrapped up for about a 1-yard gain, but now time starting to become a bigger issue here as we approach the final 60 seconds of the half, and a 2nd and 9 upcoming from Middleboro's 26-yard line. Or 38-yard line.
Middleboro taking their time right now. Kingman talking with Colton Ward, trying to drop a play. And especially if you play football, that's that 2-minute mindset. You got to hurry to the line of scrimmage. You got to know the next play. Not a lot of sense of urgency here from Middleboro.
Do you think about maybe just throwing the ball deep and hoping for something to happen in the final 30 seconds, I wonder? As now you may have taken the running play out of the playbook. Ward going for the sideline. That is complete across the 45 into the hands of Jacob Nichols. So that'll stop the clock momentarily at 23 seconds.
It's a good play there from Ward, able to read the field, reads players, able to find Nichols right on the sideline. Does a nice job having that knowledge to get out of bounds.
All spotted at the 45-yard line with 23 seconds to go. Middleboro still has one timeout. They had to burn one of the timeouts early on because of what would have been a 12-man penalty on the field. The opening play on defense of the drive, actually. Ward, quick drop back into the hands of the BR Trojans. Nick Rotondo taking off. Nick Rotondo adding on to the BR lead. 45-yard interception return for a touchdown.
This play only happens because of Drew Sylvia and the pressure. Goyette able to pick it up almost momentarily, but Ward has to throw that high. Was looking for DJ Alexander, but Rotondo reads it perfectly and takes it for 6.
You alluded to it earlier. BR at first glance does have the height advantage on Middleboro, and we clearly saw there that Rotondo did have the height advantage on Alexander.
It looked like Ward almost floated the ball from the line of scrimmage, not even giving Alexander the chance.
As the PAT is going to be no good, but at the very least, momentum clearly on the side of the home team. Now 19-0 off of a Nick Rotondo 45-yard pick 6.
If you're Middleboro, that is a huge, I cannot emphasize enough, a huge momentum killer before going into half. You got the ball coming out, you were starting to have momentum, and you throw an interception on your first drive. And then since then, we haven't really seen much from the offense. We've seen a couple of big plays from Goyette, and then another interception right there. Coach Kingman obviously going to have a very stern talk with his players going in the locker room.
And it should be worth noting again, Bridgewater-Raynham is going to open the second half on offense. BR had an interception to end Middleboro's first offensive drive, and now a pick 6 to end the latest Sachem's offensive charge. As Middleboro will get up to the 37-yard line. That's brought back by number 32, Jeremy Nee. And I would imagine at this point here, Patrick Kingman willing to just take a knee and get out of here for the half.
You almost wonder if they're doing it on purpose, not kicking the Goyette, not giving him a chance to return the ball, knowing how dangerous he is in the open field.
Wyatt Goyette coming into this game, 11 touchdowns. In this first half, Bridgewater-Raynham has kept them in check. We'll get some of the unofficial stats coming up during the halftime break here, but BR came out with a plan to make sure that Goyette would not be the player that beat them, as Ward will break free across the 45 with 2 seconds to go. So about an 8-yard pickup for Ward, but not sure what the Sachems can do here with 2 seconds left.
I believe at this point, it's in Hail Mary territory. But I don't know too many high school quarterbacks that can throw 55 yards downfield.
Either Hail Mary or get the band off the field.
You possibly see that little jailbreak screen we saw earlier that Goyette had for a 15-yard play.
Justin Whittemore lined up on the near side by himself at the 45. As Ward will complete the pass to the far side, but BR making sure nothing really happens from there. So a 10-yard pass is all for naught, as that was completed to Jacob Nichols. But Zach, BR coming into this game, and we're seeing it in that first half, as a team on a mission.
Indeed so, 19-0. You get the ball coming out of half. 45-yard pick 6 to end it. It's a great way to go into the half.
And so Bridgewater-Raynham will go into the halftime break along with their coach Ian Bain, up 19-0 over the Middleboro Sachems, who are looking for some sort of an answer here at Bridgewater-Raynham. We will step aside for the halftime program here at the regional and be back with you for the third quarter after this.
Bringing with them the cheerleading teams from the Bridgewater Badgers youth football and the Raynham Giants youth football. Folks, let's hear for these cheerleading teams. Keep that cheering going as we set up for the Bridgewater-Raynham marching band.
turnaround to win it. Got it!
Welcome back to the madness.
We are just a few days away from the month of October, really the height of the high school football season. We talked about it. Bridgewater-Raynham needed a win here tonight to really have a chance to control their own destiny as we get set for the playoff push. John Luck, Zach Sylvia back here with you. Bridgewater-Raynham up 19-0. And Zach, we talked about it during the halftime entertainment. Wyatt Goyette had video game-like numbers coming into this game. In the first half, Bridgewater-Raynham did a good job keeping him at bay offensively.
Coming into this game, he on 76 carries had 807 yards, needing 200 yards to hit the 1,000-yard mark only in 4 games, which would be a very impressive number. Today, he only has, on 12 attempts, 32 yards, averaging about 2.7 a carry, which is a considerably way lower than his normal average, around 10.6.
Let's talk about the team we see on our screen right now, the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans. A couple weeks ago when we saw them take on Plymouth South, this was an offense that was truly predicated on the run, except for a couple of passes from Jack Lambert to Caden Blake. Tonight, it's been Jack Lambert to Dylan Reed, including a 17-yard touchdown reception. Jack Lambert right now 8 for 9, 105 passing yards, including 1 passing touchdown. Jack Lambert has truly had awareness across the field in the passing game.
And since that game we saw, he has picked it up. He's looking way more comfortable in the pocket, able to deliver on those passes in the middle of the field, especially as a young quarterback. That's very hard to do in this type of environment. As Lambert gets more comfortable throughout the season, this BR team, they can roll.
Now, we're here on Access TV, but I'd imagine the language that Patrick Kingman may have used during that halftime break for Middleboro after there was a pick six by Nick Rotondo that resulted in a 45-yard run back to the house. I'd imagine that had to be a very interesting halftime break.
Interesting indeed. Obviously a gut-wrenching feeling when you give up that type of play before the end of the half, knowing the other team's getting the ball. But you come back out, you adjust, you make those slight little adjustments. Middleboro can move the ball. We've seen them able to move the ball. Goyette is able to work upfield. We've seen Nichols catch a couple of good passes. Colton Ward's had a couple of good passes besides the 2 interceptions. He's been pretty efficient. Just those small little plays needing to be made.
Colton Ward has 53 passing yards, but it's going to be the BR offense coming out first as Knutson will take it from his own 10-yard line. Nice block by Peebles. As Knutson breaking across the 30 to the 35-yard line. So about a 30-yard kickoff return for Cam Knutson to open things up in the second half. Ian Bain's offense has been clicking here tonight. And the special teams as well. There was actually a kickoff where Finn Kelly kicked the ball just over the goal line, so Middleboro has to start really from their own 2-inch line. Braden Lewis joins his quarterback in the backfield and will get his first carry of the half, bouncing off a defender for a couple of yards. Getting things started here for the Trojans.
It's a good carry there from Lewis and a great tackle there from Jeremy Nee, able to wrap up, twist his body, only allowing about 3 yards on that one.
7 carries for 46 yards for Braden Lewis, who, as we mentioned, had over 130 rushing yards a couple weeks ago against Plymouth South. A 2nd and 8. Lambert, quick pass once again to Dylan Reed, who breaks across the 45 in midfield into Middleboro territory for a 13-yard catch and run.
Reed, another one of those guys we've seen for BR, making his name known. Already has a touchdown on the day. Coming into the half, he had about 62 yards receiving, now up to 75 on his 6th catch of the day.
Should be worth noting, Caden Blake has not had 1 reception on this in this game. As Reed continuing his offensive performance. Dylan Reed, 49-yard run to the house.
If you're BR, that's exactly what you wanted to see. Dylan Reed, we just mentioned his name after his 6th catch, getting that 75-yard mark. Now breaking the century mark as a quick screen here. 1 step in, cuts in field, great blocking. that middle of the field wide open and too much speed for Middleboro.
Reed now up to 8 receptions for 114 yards and 2 touchdown receptions. As Bridgewater-Raynham now in front, 26-0.
That puts the score. Trojans 26. Sachs will get the ball.
So I was talking in the first half about Jack Lambert's almost leadership of this team here now that he is a senior quarterback. After the Plymouth South game, the Brockton Enterprise talked to him, and this is what Lambert said. We just came out, they threw different stuff at us. We had to adjust. I can take full blame. I had a few mistakes, but my team got behind me, my coaches got behind me. Coach Main gave us a speech in the locker room. We came out and I threw a pick in the third quarter. Doesn't matter. Everyone shook it off. I trusted my team. I gave it to my running back. My lineman blocked. We're going to make stuff interesting. That truly sounded like a quarterback in Jack Lambert that took responsibility for things that he could have controlled, but also the fact that there are things that you may not be able to control, but you come together as a group and you show out and get a win as they did a couple weeks ago.
And as a quarterback, most people are going to see you as the leader of this team, especially as a senior quarterback. So him being able to take that responsibility and be able to light up the field these last couple of weeks has been very impressive.
So Sachem's looking to get something positive here, but Nick Rotondo says, not in my house. The return was by number 4, Jacob Nichols.
It's a great open field tackle by Rotondo. Goes unblocked and throws Nichols to the ground.
So this lead is significant for the Bridgewater-Raynham Trojans, 26-0. I believe it's 32 when we start talking about a running clock in the second half.
For Middleboro right now, the biggest thing you can ask for, just put up some points on the board. It's one play at a time. You got to be able to work down the field. But right now, because you're down 26-0, time is not the best friend, even if there's 10:30 in the third quarter.
Colton Ward 6 for 9 passing in the first half, 53 yards and a couple of interceptions. Opening up the second half, a carry by Goyette, who will pick up about 3 or 4 on the carry to bring up second down.
See Middleboro go that a couple times, just goes right up the gut of BR. Not coming out in a blitz there. We've seen BR blitzing a couple of times, looking to stop Goyette, and we can say so far it's worked pretty much.
So off the 4-yard gain for the senior running back, bring up a 2nd and 6. But again, Goyette is kind of the gadget player. He can do anything you really need, be it a pass catcher or trying to get yards. A running play to a different face this time, but nonetheless some positive yardage for Middleboro, as that's number 28 with a carry, Chris Butler.
Giving Goyette a rest once again right up the middle. Couple of BR players just meeting him right in the middle. No gain, or very short gain there, but it is third and manageable here for the Sachems.
So Goyette is on the sideline right now, just talking to coaches. I almost wonder if this could be just a scoreboard situation. Currently down by 4 scores.
You're still within range here. You just need to find that one score, find that momentum.
Ward again with a handoff to Butler. Will get about 3 yards, but more importantly, moving the sticks here on their first offensive drive of the second half.
Going right back to it. That run might up the middle. BR showing a little more pressure there. Good push from up front to be able to get that 3 yards. Might not have been much, but that first down is big.
I imagine for the Sachems, it's important to kind of have that supporting cast, that depth chart come out and help a player like Goyette try and eat up some of those yards so you don't have a player out there that has 1,000 yards rushing in a season getting dinged up in a 4-score game, as Butler will get taken down by number 20 for the Trojans. That's Colin Pauline.
Pauline does a nice job setting the edge right there.
As this drive continues, they are currently having that check presentation we talked about in the first half, $300 that the cheerleaders raised going to St. Jude. Again, well done to the cheerleaders on the sideline, helping out a very important cause here on a special night as Red Nation changing their color tone now, Gold Nation, on this Friday night. A 2nd and 8 with 7:42 to go in the third quarter. Ward getting rushed, and Ward gets sacked once again. Pauline showing out.
Pauline does a nice job here, gets right past the guard, working inside this time, not coming off the edge. Getting right past Ethan Henry, the junior lineman.
This almost feels like it's a drive to try and save the game here for the Sachems. A 3rd and 14, 7 minutes to go. 3 receivers to Ward's left. Joined by Butler in the backfield, and Butler gets the carry and gets taken down by Rotondo. Right around the 34-yard line, as the Sachems will have to kick away on 4th down.
Sachems hoping that BR would go into more of a zone there, less pressure, but not able to, just gets broken up right at the line of scrimmage. Only gets about 2 yards there.
So we've seen Middleboro special teams have some issues as they do again. Ball bounces, and again a powerful kick into the hands of Knutson, who gets leveled as that ball found his hands by number 22, Justin Whittemore.
I'm surprised they didn't call fair catch here. Whittemore lighting him up immediately after another botched snap, but another great kick.
Perhaps the reason he didn't call for the fair catch, I almost wonder if Knutson felt bad about earlier in the first half where that ball kind of bounced away and Trojans lost about 15 yards on the potential kickoff return.
Possibly.
As the BR Trojans looking to add on to a significant lead here this evening, 26-0. Taking the handoff, and that is complete for the first down across the 45 to the 47 into the hands of Finn Kelly.
This is a little seam right down the middle. It was a great pass, but one thing I am noticing, Wyatt Goyette is just standing on the sideline. Not in the game right now at safety. It's one of Middleboro's starting safeties, running back, not in the game right now.
We did see Goyette meet Lewis in the backfield for a significant BR loss in terms of yardage, but again, Goyette on the sidelines, his team down by 4 scores, and Braden Lewis will pick up about a yard on that carry to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Great job by that Middleboro defensive line, able to find Lewis right in the hole. I believe that is his shortest carry of the day so far.
He did have a rush back to the line of scrimmage, so his lone 1-yard carry, but nonetheless, Braden Lewis did have 3 carries of at least 10 yards in that first half. As he looks to continue on into Middleboro territory to the 47-yard line, so a 4-yard gain for the senior running back as BR going hurry up. Once again, Caden Blake has yet to have a reception in this game, though Braden Lewis chewing up the yardage across the 40.
BR just trying to catch Middleboro off their toes, and they did right there, right back to Lewis. The line is doing a nice job, a good pancake block there from Lachelin Isabel, the guard, creating a hole there.
And again, Zach, we're looking across the field right now, and Wyatt Goyette continuing to stand on the sidelines, hands on hips.
You wonder if there might have been an injury or something that happened.
Finn Kelly moves around to the left side of the line. Lambert going for broke, going for Blake. Incomplete. The first target for Caden Blake of the night. Almost broke the backs of the Sachems.
It was an unbelievable throw. Had great touch on it, right into the hands of Blake. But even a better play there from Jacob Nichols. Last second, able to break it out of his hands, forcing the incompletion.
Just the second incomplete pass of Lambert's night. Now 11 for 13, 182 passing yards. Lambert taking off, showing off the wheels, and he'll move the chains by himself up to the 27.
Lambert just not finding anything. Smart move, steps up in the pocket, gets past that first level, able to work up to that second level, and once again, another BR first down.
Number 12 picking up 12. Reed and Tripp on the near side, though BR will keep it on the ground. Braden Lewis sidestepping a couple of defenders and lowering the shoulders on number 57, Kelvin Gomes.
Lewis has just looked unstoppable, initiating the contact every single time he has the ball in his hands.
So another 5-yard pickup for Lewis on his 11th carry of the game. And the clock continuing to wind down here at the regional in this third quarter. Lambert floating it up for the end zone. Was that caught?
It was. Oh,
what
my
a catch
goodness.
by Logan Tripp. Highlight catch by Logan Tripp, the junior wide receiver.
Touchdown number 19, Logan Tripp.
Oh, my goodness.
A 22-yard touchdown reception for Logan Tripp.
I am speechless. That was unbelievable touch from Lambert in the back of the end zone. Got both of his feet down. You don't see that too often in high school football, but you saw it right there.
Jack Lambert has turned the regional into his personal highlight factory the last couple years with some of the crazy passes he's had. To Dylan Reed last year, 69-yard reception. Caden Blake, that nearly 40-yard pass over the shoulders a couple weeks ago. And of course, here tonight to Logan Tripp. As the Trojans now in front 33-0. And Zach, we were talking about the power rankings coming into this game, and we may have a better chance to talk about them here in the next 14 minutes of game action. As the scoreboard does help the Bridgewater-Raynham, though to a point. The margin of victory only affects a team's rating up to 14 points. So the fact that the BR Trojans are up 33-0, they could be up 53-0 or 53-10, it wouldn't matter. MIAA would only view that as, at the most, a 14-point victory by the Trojans. As the Sachems looking to get some nice yardage back, and that was a pretty good carry by Jacob Nichols across the 35 to the 38-yard line.
This is the best field position they've started with the entire game. It's working right up the middle. Whittemore leading the charge there, able to get up to the 38-yard line.
In those rankings, Bridgewater-Raynham coming in as the number 2 seed right now with a 1-2 record, and Middleboro coming into the D4 rankings with a 2-1 record, ranked 15th. Ward shucking it up, and that was almost a better throw to the Trojans defender there, Josh Hogue, than it was to his own receiver.
That pass, just a complete miscommunication. Whittemore just running a hitch route, a 10-yarder. Ward looking for him on a fade.
So something significant right here. Adrian Peebles limping off the field, but it looks like it may just be a cramping issue, as he's actually just getting help from teammates. So it could have been a scary position, or scary situation could have helped out. Middleboro continuing their drive. But a 1-yard carry once again. That's going to be number 28, Chris Butler.
BR's done a nice job and a great tackle there from Christian Creed, meeting Butler in the hole.
3rd and 9. PR defense, 3rd down.
And getting back to Peebles, Pete Smith just continuing to coach the players as to how to work out a cramp. That's what you call trusting someone right there. A 3rd and 9 from Middleboro as they look to try and make this look a little closer on the scoreboard. And Ward will complete the pass, though, to a BR defender, the 3rd interception of the night. This one is brought back by number 9, Drew Sylvia.
Interception by number 9.
Things come in threes, but not a good cage for the Middleboro Sachems.
It's been that kind of night for Colton Ward. Just looking for a pass, looking for Johnny O'Brien in the middle of the field. But not a great read as Sylvia was right there. And once again, BR just another interception. And you wonder at this point, with the BR touchdown, if this might be a little too late here for Middleboro.
I have to imagine this is probably the last offensive series for the starters. Lewis and Lambert. Also Reed, who's in motion, gets the pitch off the sweep and will pick up about a yard or so, maybe not even that, but at the very least, everything coming up BR Trojans here this evening.
Reed trying to bounce this one outside after a quick pitch from Lambert. Jeremy Knee on the sideline tackle right there. Almost a horse collar. Looked like he tackled him a little high.
This is the final game of a 3-game homestand for the BR Trojans. They return back here to the regional coming up on the 17th against the New Bedford Whalers. Handoff goes to Lewis right around the 7-yard line, so Braden Lewis picks up a couple as we go inside the final half minute.
Most likely we will not see any more passes from Lambert, allowing Lewis to be the workhorse in this last couple of seconds as they wind off the clock.
So we'll have a 3rd and goal upcoming here for the BR Trojans, though it will probably be at the start of the 4th quarter as the final seconds tick away on a night that has been all Bridgewater-Raynham, showing out in front of the home crowd before they hit the road for a couple games.
That brings up the end of the 3rd quarter, folks. The score, Trojans.
So we kind of talked before the game, Zach, about these power rankings and how convoluted they are. The fact that Middleboro comes in here 2-1 record, they're the 15 seed if the season were to end today. Though Bridgewater-Raynham, they're the number 2 seed in Division 2, and they're 1-2. Clearly, I'm missing something as a team like BR, obviously this is BTV, but a team like BR able to kind of benefit on some of the success and some of the top teams that the other teams are facing.
It's especially tough because of the divisions. Yes, Middleboro may be ranked lower in a lower division. BR, even though they have the losing record, it's because of these divisions. BR has been a powerhouse these last couple of years. Middleboro has won their conference, or should I say league champions in 22 and 23, did not win it last year. looking to get that title back. But BR has been a very dominant football team these last couple of years.
And you think about some of the other teams they've faced so far this season. You look at a team like a Marshfield or a Mansfield, and they also face some of those top teams. So that could help out that rating system. Again, a lot of people not a fan of it, though a lot of Bridgewater fans a fan of Braden Lewis, who officially puts a capper on the night. A 6-yard run for Braden Lewis. His second rushing touchdown of the night.
Lewis made that one look a little too easy. Just finds a gap right up the hole. The center doing a nice job getting to that second level, but that didn't really matter as Lewis walks into the end zone.
13 carries, 69 yards for Braden Lewis. What appeared to be just a walk in the park. Jillian Allen on for the PAT, and over end it goes into the night sky. And the BR Trojans now up 40-0. And more importantly, Zach, you see the bottom of the screen right now, that clock ticking down.
They've set a 32-point rule where the time is now running.
And there is a Middleboro player down on the field right now. It appears much like what Adrian Peebles went through. This may just be a cramping situation. It should be worth noting. It's a pretty warm night for the end of September, but it's also humid. I feel like you may be out there, and yes, it's cold, but it also takes a lot out of you when that dew point gets around 55, 60 degrees.
There's a lot of moisture in the air.
See on your screen, Logan Boville warming up, number 17 for the BR Trojans, so he'll be heading out to the field in a few moments. But how about the offensive showing for the BR Trojans? As Jack Lambert, 204 passing yards, a 12 for 14 performance, and that follows what he had last week, 12 for 25, 334 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Jack Lambert truly hitting the gas pedal on his 2025 season.
As great as the offense has been, I like to give another pointer to this BR defense. 0 points given up. Goyette has 40 yards on the game. So his video game numbers coming to a halt here at the regional.
May have to hit reset, maybe. I don't know much about video games, so I think that's all you do. As they continue to work on the Middleboro player that was down the field, that was Adam Trainer, who looks like may have worked things out, limping off the field. And the clock stopped, but that was for the injury timeout. I'll start back up in just a little bit. So Middleboro, following this game, continues this stretch of road games. They'll go to Abington, followed by a game on the 17th against East Bridgewater, and a road game against Norwell, and a game the night before Halloween visiting Rockland in their very uniquely shaped football stadium that also serves as a baseball stadium.
Very tough and upcoming schedule. Abington, one of those teams higher ranked in Division 4. So a tough matchup for Middleboro. Obviously, they look to reset after today's performance.
But again, facing teams like Abington, where Abington also faces some top teams as well, that could also help out Middleboro simply in the opponent's ratings situation. As we could see number 44 for the BR Trojans, Brady Cartwright, spotting his man and just following him to around the 25-yard line.
Cartwright is looking like a heat-seeking missile right there, locking on the target and making the tackle there. Surprisingly enough, this is actually the worst starting field position Middleboro's had all day.
So we gave you the Middleboro upcoming schedule. BR on the road next week against Alborough, then an off week on the 10th. They'll come back home to the regional on the 17th against New Bedford, and a couple of road games at Dartmouth and heading down to the Cape the night before Halloween to the friendly confines of Barnstable. Home of one of the better moments we've had on the Trojans broadcast in the past 15 years or so. As Butler continuing to get the carry in relief of Goyette will get up to the 30-yard line for about a 3-yard gain.
Looks to be Jacob Landers now in at quarterback number 19. As Butler just trying to work the outside, not able to there. BR doing a nice job containing that outside edge.
So Zach, you have played high school football. Obviously, I've seen a lot of high school football, but how important are these snaps for some of the guys that are maybe number 2, number 3 on the depth chart and just trying to find their moments and make something happen even in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes to go down 40?
They're very important. These moments are to show that the coach is like, hey, I am capable, even though I'm going against guys who are second string. If I can outcompete these guys on the second string, I might have a better chance to start next week or some weeks upcoming.
As we see another small gain, that is by number 26, Cam Sproul. Let's kind of examine both teams here. We'll start off with Middleboro, as they are the visitors. What is the next week of practice going to be like for Patrick Kingman, his coaches, and these players? Is there anything they can take from this game, or do you just truly say, you know what, we stunk up the joint, we lost by 40, we're on to next week?
It's one of those games where you just had a lot of mistakes going. You've had a few okay things to go for you. Snaps, especially on the special teams, has been a big one. Quarterback play, Colton Ward needing, obviously, BR ran a lot of zone defense today. So Ward needing to be able to read that type of defense throughout the rest of the season.
And the QB keep there by the sophomore quarterback, Jacob Landers. And let's now look at the team currently up by 40. And what is Ian Bain going to say to his team to kind of keep their eye on the ball? They are going to be a 500 team following this game here, entering a road match against Middleboro. Does Ian Bain need to maybe control his players' emotions following such a lopsided victory and saying, you know what, it's one game, we still have another 4 to go?
Especially after these types of victories, you feel good, you feel great. There's 7 minutes remaining, but you put up 40 against the opponent, you're going to feel good. But you just kind of have to look at it as to where you got to move on to the next. We're on to Attleboro. We're on to New Bedford. It's that next game mentality.
Landers trying to make a highlight of his own, was looking for Griffin Farley. That looked very close to
completion.
Almost a pass interference by 41 on the sideline there, but also a near completion as well. But as we mentioned, these are the plays that players hope to use in getting a little bit higher on the depth chart and maybe having a little bit of a competitive advantage next season in training camp when a player like Wyatt Goyette moves on to play at the next level potentially. Clock continuing to tick down in this running time situation. BR up by 40. Again, the sophomore quarterback feeling the pressure. Landers will throw on the run and throw it out of bounds. And for Bridgewater-Raynham, Zach, this was a game that was won in all 3 facets of the game. As we see the defense, oddly enough, rushing the quarterback. The defense held Goyette in check, also held Ward in check, forced him to throw 3 interceptions, including a pick 6. But the special teams as well, the offense clicking as well. It truly seemed like this was a game BR came in with the mindset of we need to win this game, and we're going to do so in every phase possible.
I can say that pretty much everyone here, including the visitors, were probably, not happy about it, but impressed the way BR has played so efficiently, very dominant throughout the day. These are the type of games you need to have, especially coming in at 1 and 2. You need that momentum swing.
And again, this should help the BR Trojans stay around the top 4 of the Division II power rankings. So we'll have to wait about a week or so to find out, as that is bobbled around, nearly intercepted. Some nice play in the secondary. Nearly pulled in, I believe that's number 6, if I can see on the far side of the field, Travis Pereira, that nearly came up with the interception.
That ball was almost caught by Ben Martin, loses it at the last second. So now a 4th and long here. Just trying to feel good about something at this moment if you're Middleboro.
Be a long bus ride down 18. I can't imagine they'll be stopping for fribbles on the way home, though.
For what?
A fribble? Have you never heard of a fribble?
Nope.
We're going to talk after this play. As again, a deep throw, looking for a highlight pass, but that's a highlight pass interference on the BR Trojans. As we'll potentially get a replay here in just a second, but the more important news with 3:50 to go is the fact that my broadcast partner does not know what a fribble is. Have you heard of the Friendly's restaurant?
Of course.
Okay. Their world famous, do we call it a drink or an ice cream? Anyways, it's kind of like a loose milkshake. It's called a fribble.
Is that the one with like the face on it?
I don't think so. I think that's a sundae. As we look at the sophomore quarterback, and again, just throwing it all and hoping for the best and coming out with the best situation there. And in high school football, it's just moving the ball 15 yards and not a spot foul, as Zach continues to search ice cream sundaes with a face.
I didn't realize it was a milkshake.
Lander sets back to pass as that's complete around the 35. So a nice couple plays here for Jacob Landers.
This is a great pass right over the middle in double coverage. Isaiah Williams. Great catch there in traffic. I believe this is the deepest Middleboro's gotten in BR territory all day.
I believe you are correct. Inside the final 2.5. What's been a pretty quick moving game. Landers evading the pressure as that goes off the fingertips of Charles Whitman.
Landers having Whitman right there. Obviously a little pressure, has to work towards his backside. Just comes underneath it too much there. As he watches it just hit the ground.
I want to thank everybody for helping us out tonight. In the truck we have Mike Moriello directing and Al Lacerda controlling all the replays. Of course, all our volunteer camera operators. As Landers going for a deep throw, incomplete. And speaking of Al Lacerda, I want to point out a special event he has coming up in a few weeks. This is for the 21-plus crowd. I know a lot of parents watch, so if you're in the area, a local tradition coming back. They call it the South Shore Farmers Brew Fest. So I believe close to 24 local breweries are going to be coming down to Town River Landing, where Bridgewater Television is. And basically, it's just a fun day where people can kick back if they're over 21 and have a nice local cold one. But if you can search for it on Facebook, again, that's the South Shore Farmers Brew Fest. If you want to come on down to the Town River Landing and help out supporting some of the local breweries and some of the local causes as well. Also supported by Black Hat Brew Works. That's an incompleted pass, and may have one final play as the clock goes inside of 30 seconds.
Just a little waggle concept right there, trying to find Whitman right there, but that just comes up short, and that play really has just wrapped, like, it's kind of told the story of what's happened today for Middleboro, what has gone wrong, and I say what's gone right, but Middleboro's going to get shut out today.
This was a night where we thought both teams really needed this one, but on this night, it's the BR Trojans showing out in every way possible. Jack Lambert lighting up the defense of the Middleboro Sachems, and Bridgewater-Raynham coming away with a 40-0 victory here at home to round out this three-game homestand, Zach.
It was a very good game from BR on all levels. Lambert with a very impressive game. Lewis, we obviously know he's going to have a good game. And BR now carrying that momentum. You lose on a game-winning field goal last week, a heartbreaker. You come in and you say to Middleboro, we're not taking anything from you. We're going to show you why we deserve this.
So once again, Jack Lambert finishing his evening up 12-14 for 204 passing yards. Dylan Reed had 8 receptions for 114 receiving yards on a night. That was all Bridgewater-Raynham. Thank you for watching this evening. We'll talk to you coming up in a couple weeks when the BR Trojans will host the New Bedford Whalers. That is coming up on October 17th. Your final score one more time, 40-0 for Zach Sylvia. I'm John Luck.